Madam President, authorities have failed to bring justice in cases of abduction and forced marriages of underage girls belonging to religious minorities.
In many countries, we have seen governments' health responses lacking dialogue with and further stigmatization and discrimination of their religious minorities.
Serving a constituency of over 600 million evangelical Christians, the World Evangelical Alliance is uniquely positioned to represent an evangelical voice at the United Nations. We are promoting peace and reconciliation, we are advocating for the poor and needy, and also communicating evangelical beliefs and values.
Several reports received by the committee indicate that some religious communities are still denied recognition and are refused to be registered by the state party as part of the already registered religious organizations. One instance of this is the denial by the state party to legally register and recognize the National Evangelical Churches.
Thanks to WEA's special consultative status with the United Nations, the Geneva Office engages with the Human Rights Council, the Human Rights Committee, various United Nations experts, as well as with the diplomatic missions here in Geneva who attend and participate in the United Nations mechanisms.
Madam President, we would like to raise concerning reports of race and religious motivated violence and discrimination. In Sri Lanka, we have seen an intensification of discrimination against ethno-religious minorities with increased surveillance and monitoring of Christian places of worship and government-mandated prevention.
WEA members, the National Evangelical Alliances, already engage on human rights and freedom of religion issues in their own country, seek peace, reconciliation, and healing in their own countries. The Geneva Office brings their voice to Geneva, helps them engage and participate in the United Nations platforms that exist here in order to help our members enact the change that they are seeking in their own country.
As per the recommendations, we call on Sweden to take more effective measures to protect the rights of asylum seekers to leave their current religion or to change their religion for another, and who run from the significant risk of persecution in their countries of origin.
Thank you, Mr. President. We thank the government of Greece for engaging in the Universal Periodic Review. We welcome Greece's acceptance of the recommendation to consider alternative classes for the religious education of non-Orthodox students in schools.
Our goal is to make sure that government authorities refrain from violating human rights in general and religious freedom in particular. This will happen if the international legal, political, and diplomatic climate supports human rights and religious freedom and rejects violations, and if our advocacy enables, informs, and nudges the United Nations system in order to fulfill its stated goals in the UN Charter.
Rising violence against the Christian community is also deeply concerning. Faith-based organizations recorded over 305 cases of attacks on Christians from January to November 2021, many involving Hindu supremacist groups.
Our approach is to pursue sustained, consistent, professional and respectful public and private engagement with UN mechanisms, with diplomats in Geneva and beyond, with the media and with other stakeholders. One of our biggest sources of joy is when we talk to pastors and ministry leaders who tell us that speaking up in Geneva has helped them and given them the confidence to be more vocal in their own country.